Good day and welcome to another broadcast of Venture Capital Fund. Today, again, promises to be excited because we have a lot of interested information to bring to you who is an entrepreneur and an aspiring entrepreneur. Um, Today, we continue on that journey where we continue to look at issues that can really help you to impact the lives of your existing and potential customers, where you can literally convert first-time users into lifetime customers and really give existing customers that comfort, bringing to that point where they're truly exercising confidence and trust and credibility in your brand. So today we're going to be looking at how to influence positive public response, and that's how to get desired action. And to achieve all of this, you have to understand the inner working of marketing and management and sales techniques to make it work. So today, presentation is going to be centered around three headings. We will be looking at first how to develop a strong value proposition, The second thing that we will be looking at today is how to make a strategic market entry, Last but not least, we will also be looking at how to convert first-time users into lifetime customers. So if you're in business and you want to scale your business, your brand, your idea with local, regional, international relevance, these are some of the things that we will be looking at. So before I get into today's program, do permit me to introduce myself. My name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm the multiple best-selling author for several books, including Billionaire Codes and Manager's Toolkit. These books are already on the bestseller list. Now, they're already bestsellers. So I want to encourage you to go to our sister company website, which is www.megamoneygy.com, and log on to that website. You can make purchase from those websites, and you can navigate our website to see the thousands of persons from around the world who are logging on and they're giving positive reviews about the entire website, including the books. So today, again, I want to begin by saying that Venture Capital Fund, Venture Capital Inc., Global Branding and Marketing, our mission is to position our clients, employees, and strategic partners to understand, create, and leverage passive income cash flow, build multiple streams of income, leverage smart investment strategies in order to build generational wealth. In our program, you will learn about financial intelligence in the commercial financial sector, financial intelligence in the investment financial sector, financial intelligence in smart capital market, and financial intelligence for a sustainable livelihood. A lot of emphasis will be placed also on the fact that financial intelligence goes beyond your ability to make money or maximize your disposable income. It addresses the issue of understanding the global financial system and leveraging this intelligence to create good debt cash flow, minimize existing debt financial portfolio, while maximizing financial and equity capital gain. The understanding of the commercial financial sector, investment financial sector, smart capital market are an important body of knowledge for you to have in the global landscape of financial intelligence. This content of information is relevant to business, and it is relevant to persons who want to achieve more out of life financially. Again, I must emphasize, in the event that you're creating debt and you want to know how to better manage that debt, reach out to us. In the event that you're taking out a mortgage to, buy your home, and you want to know how to better manage that debt, that would allow you to get the equity in your asset much faster, reach out to us. We have a team of expert personnel to navigate you through this entire process. So let's get the ball rolling. Over the last few days, and today we're looking at how to influence positive public response. But before I get to today's topic, I just want us to recap on what we were looking at over the last few days. Over the last few days, we started this program by looking at attention and attention grabber. Now, when you're introducing your products, your service, your brand to the general public, one of the things that you should be thinking about is how to grab people's attention. And you want to be able to do this within the 5 seconds, because we also introduce you to what we call the 5-second rules of branding and marketing. So under this heading that we call attention grabber, we talk about brand relevance. You must know your brand relevance to the specific target market. We talk about messaging content, and that's also necessary for you to know. We also spoke a lot about your communication channel. And if you didn't look at this program, I want you to take the time to look back at those podcasts, those programs to really help you to better understand the content, because every single thing that we have been talking about over the last few days, if you're in business or intend to get into business, this information will certainly help you to make more better informed and educated decision, better business decision. So look back at that. The second thing that we did look at is interest and how to pique the potential customer interest. And in this, we did do a deep dive into the 5-second rule of branding and marketing. So we said that to pique the interest, there's a couple of things that you're looking for. You want to know how to connect with that target market. You want to know how to influence that target market in 5 seconds. You want to know how to impact that specific target market, and you want to know how to inspire action from that demographic. Today, we're going to be talking a lot about how to inspire action. The third lessons that we looked at is desire, and how to influence and inspire and motivate desire towards your products and services. And some of the things that we talk about is how to inspire confidence and how to inspire trust and how to build credibility. Last but not least, we spoke at how to leverage an irresistible value proposition. And again, today we'll look at some of that. So those are the 3 lessons that we would have covered so far during this week as it relates to how you can position your business, your product, your brand in the hearts, minds, and soul of the potential customers. Now, today I want us to talk about how to influence positive public response. Now, this case, you don't want action. Now, you gain people's attention, you gain the potential customer attention, you pique their interest, you motivate a desire. Now, how do you bring them to that point to take action? And that is to come to your place of business, call your place of business, reach out to your place of doing business, and they're showing active interest in your products, your services, your brand. How do you make this happen? So again, before I come to the how, let me walk you through a couple of things, because we're talking today about action and brand awareness. The first thing that I want you to take into consideration is how to develop a strong value proposition at VP. Now, this must stand out in every single thing that you're doing to gain attention, to pique an interest, to motivate a desire, to get persons to take action. Tremendous emphasis must be placed on your value proposition. You want your value proposition to stand out. You want your value proposition to be strong. You want your value proposition to be relevant. Because the last thing that you want is that you're gaining attention, you are piquing interest, you're getting desire, and at the point of taking action, you literally turn off the first-time customers. You don't want this to happen. And that can easily happen if your VP, your value proposition, is not strong and it's not relevant. All right, so these are very, very important ground rules and housekeeping that you need to do when you really want to make a strong and lasting impact on that customers from the time they start to take action towards your business. So again, let me emphasize this. You must clearly show brand relevance. From the time you get them to, from the time you start the attention process, and there must be consistency throughout this entire process. You must be able to tie the brand relevance into every single thing that you're going to be doing to sustain the interest of the potential customers. Again, I don't want to emphasize a lot on this because in the previous program we talked about it. We said for you to really strategically align your business value proposition to the needs, wants, and expectations of the specific target market, you need to do the research to understand what are their needs and their wants and their expectation, and to understand their lifestyle, culture, and social class groups and reference groups. These are things that you need to invest in, not only in secondary data, because secondary data can become outdated. You want to ensure that you are actively involved in primary data on a regular basis. It's updated, and you're using those updated information to make highly informed educated decision as to how you will continue to connect and how you will continue to, satisfy those dreams, wants, and expectations, needs, wants, and expectations of the specific target market. So these are things that we spoke about in earlier broadcasts. So I want to encourage you to go back and look at those programs if you missed them. The next thing I want us to look at here is you must clearly show how the VP, the value proposition, indeed is going to add value. That must stand out. Very often in your sales strategy, your emphasis is on making the sale. The emphasis is not on making adding value. This must stand out. All right. The second thing, you must clearly establish in the minds of the customer that your VP, the value proposition, is going to fix their problems. Now, there's a difference between adding value and fixing problems. And a quick example of adding value and fixing problems. You can have people in your classes who are English major. They're smart. They're English major. They're mathematician, but they're doing your French class. That is adding value. But in terms of fixing problems, you have 103 million persons in the United States of America that is living with hypertension. That's a problem because we see 110 million persons die every year from high blood pressure, from stress. And your products, your services, your brand is designed to fix that. That's fixing a problem. So there's a qualitative difference between this, and you need to clearly establish this in the minds of your existing and your potential customers. So as you go through this process of really getting them to take action, you want these things to be clear. It must be absolutely clear. Now, once you get past this, I want us to look at the second lesson today. So we just looked at how to develop a strong value proposition. And everything I've spoke about just now is about value proposition. Now, I want us to look very briefly at what we're going to call how to make a strategic market entry. Now, here we go. And these are systems that you can apply. And you're going to see down the road that we're going to be using a lot of these systems with our clients and with some of the new brands that we want to bring in the market. So how do you make an entry into the market? How do you make that entry strategic? And it must be strategic enough to get the potential customers and existing customers to take action. Existing customer, yes, you're launching a new product, so they're going to take action, to come. New customers, they have never use your product, but this is an opportunity for them to use it. How do you make this strategic entry into the market? Now, some of the things that we're going to be looking at here is where you're going to be able to basically develop something that we're going to call first-time customer appreciation day. Have you ever thought about this? Your company can actually develop a marketing campaign under the theme first-time customer appreciation day. Now, on this specific day, you are making a strategic entry into that market, but a number of things has to work hand in hand for this to really work. Some of the things that we expect to work. The aesthetics and ambience must be on point, meaning that the whatever location you're going to be using, better yet if it's your corporate location, but the ambience, the aesthetics of that corporate location where you're going to be inviting the general public or the specific target market to come visit you so they can see exactly what your product and services is all about. The ambience and the aesthetics must be on point. All right, you're making a strategic entry into the market. So the ambience is everything about the external features of that business. And in an earlier broadcast, I spoke about it. Your physical design, your corporate design, it speaks to your target audience. And these are things that you must be aware of. Later on, we're going to go into all the technicalities, but I want you to also find some of the earlier broadcasts and you would find me talking a lot about these issues. All right, I can't emphasize enough about aesthetics and ambience. That aesthetic and ambience is both to the physical, external part of the business and the internal elements of the corporate operations. It must be on point. The second thing that I want us to look at here is the strategic brand positioning on point. So let us suppose that you are introducing a new product and into the market, and you invite 500, 1,000, 5,000 persons to come and experience your brand. Your brand must be strategically positioned. So from the time the potential customers and existing customers hit that point of entry to your business location, the brand must stand out. All right, so if you're dealing with a venture capital fund, you must have your brochure, you must have perhaps some videos, you must have, the different materials, billboards, all well decked out in that location that is going to really pull people in. It might be a supermarket with various types of, FMCG, fast moving consumer goods, and you're inviting the public over here. You want to ensure that everything is well structured, well designed to appeal. Everything that we have talked about early on, the branding must be relevant, the messaging must be, content must be right, the communication channel, even within, all right, must be right. It must be able to connect with that potential customer. It must be able to influence that potential customer. It must be able to impact potential customers. It must be able to inspire those customers to want to not only be the first-time users, but to be consistent consumers of your products, your services, and your brand. Here is where you want to ensure that you leave nothing, out of your mind in terms of identifying how to build confidence, how to build trust, how to build credibility in the minds of the specific target market. Every single thing that we've talked about over the last couple of days, at this strategic point of entry into the market, you want everything to just come alive. Again, you need a well-skilled marketing subject matter expert. You need your copywriters, the entire team of your marketing body to be working together to really help you to make this kind of impact on first-time users, because the aim here, again, and I'm going to say that word just now. So the third thing that I want us to look at here is the target audience and brand relevance on point. I cannot emphasize this enough, brand relevance, because you can have all of these things done, but the specific demographic market that you invite to this program, you didn't take the time out to understand if the branding is relevant to them. So you want to, you might hear me sound like an LP about relevance, but brand relevance is so important that I have to emphasize it, because this is where a lot of businesses fall down. A lot of businesses say that you're targeting everybody. Everybody can never be a consumer. It doesn't matter how good your brand is. You know, it does not matter how good it is. You know, I mean, you might want to say that you got Mercedes-Benz. You think everybody can buy a Mercedes-Benz? Absolutely not. That relates to a specific demographic, a specific demographic type, and you need to know this. So the branding, you know, in the entry, you want to emphasize brand relevance. And again, you need to invest, get the skin of the game to really understand who is your target market, needs, wants, and expectations, and everything that you're doing here in this strategic market entry must mirror relevance to them. All right. So one last thing I'm going to talk about in terms of this here, some of these tips, is that at this game, you want the first-time customer giveaway and incentives on point. Again, let me repeat this. The strategic point of entry, you must have some giveaways. It must be on point. The incentive regime must be on point. All right. Some people might want to say, why giveaway stop? You get the persons to come, but if you don't get the giveaway, they don't get to sample your product. They don't get to really know your product. And remember, even although they come to your point of sale, point of purchase, they have a desire, but are they motivated enough to take the action to invest in your product? You know, your attention grabber was strong. Your interest speaker was strong. Your desire and influence was strong. The action to come to your location was strong, but the action to really put my money into your product is not there. So depending on the kind of products that you have, you may have to do some giveaways. You may have to give some incentives. In the event that it might be fast-moving consumer goods, you need to do some giveaways. In the event that it might be an educational program, you need to do some free scholarships. All right. Make the incentives on point. All right, as you come into our masterclass program, we'll work with you to really help you to understand how to apply these systems and how to really achieve the desired result. So a couple of things that I want to also recommend on this last heading, which we call first-time customer giveaway, and incentive must be in point. Some of the things that you can do here, you can give free sampling. And you've heard about that very often. So, many companies, big companies, would normally give free offers to the public, so the public can actually try that product and know for themselves what are the benefits of those products, and from there it informs their decision in terms of making for the financial investment into your organization. So you have what we call lifetime membership. Depending on your organization, depending on your branding, you can look at these things. Lifetime membership. I wouldn't go into the technicality of lifetime membership, but these are systems we can help you to build. So at the entry, remember again, it's all about converting first-time users into lifetime customers, and your systems must be in place and on point to make this happen. First-time customers referral incentive plan. I could recall many years ago, I developed a project document that really show how to scale a struggling organization, and we look at something that we call the referral incentive. And if you really understand how powerful this referral incentive is, you would be like, wow. Just imagine you have 1,000 persons who are lifetime members. And the lifetime members are people who are really satisfied about your products, your services, and your brand. And you have 1,000 persons reaching out to 2 persons each every day. I mean, is between 1,000, they're bringing in 2,000 persons on a daily basis to your organization just by referrals. And that referrals don't have to just be limited to a particular geography. It can be scaled up if you understand marketing and branding the way that we do, and we want to give you and share this information with you. So you can make better business decisions in terms of how you can scale your business, your brand, your ideas with local, regional, and international relevance. All right, so I trust that you like the information so far. Now, we're about to wrap up here. We got a couple of things to look at. And what I want us to look at is how to convert first-time users into lifetime customers. How do you convert first-time users into lifetime customers? So you're successful, again, with your attention grabber. You're successful, again, with your interest piquer. You pique the potential client's interest. You're successful, again, in terms of influencing desire to want to know more about your products. Now you get them also to that point where you're able to influence action, positive public response. They are now at the launch of your company, where you're making your strategic entry into the market. They're there with you, and they're all consumed in the ambience and the aesthetics, and the free giveaways and the lifetime membership and so forth. But again, how do you convert first-time users into lifetime customers? Some of the things that I want you to really think about, and I want you to again look back at some of our program. We say all of this is based on your corporate culture design. Your corporate culture must be right. Now, I'm going to say a couple of things here, because looking at your corporate culture is not only looking at it here and now, it's not only looking at how you're going to impact the external customers. Your corporate culture must also have the strong system in place to, first of all, impact the internal client customer base, just your staff. So we talk about internal impact must be clearly established. A system to clearly impact the internal workforce must be clearly established. Why am I saying this? The average person might want to say, well, I have a strategic entry. Why look at my culture now and how it's going to impact the internal workforce? But why not? You're going to wait until you have absenteeism. You're going to wait until you have staff turnover. You're going to wait until you have a disgruntled employee or employees, and then you're going to start thinking about it. That is highly reactive leadership. You want to be proactive, because when you're on the move to scale your business, your idea, your brand with local, regional, international relevance, you want to ensure that you have a well-oiled machine to move that process smoothly along. And part of that machine is your internal workforce. So you have to make sure that your corporate culture reflects that. I must emphasize this. Tell me I sound like an LP. I'm doing all of this to ensure that you get it right and you achieve the bottom line at the end of the day. The next thing that I want to emphasize is that your corporate culture must also represent, you must have a clearly established external impact strategy. A lot of what I talked about today represents external impact strategy. And it can be anything. It can be 1,001 things. I will not necessarily get into those specific areas, but when you come to our masterclass, we will work with you to really help you to understand how to develop a winning corporate culture where your internal workforce are highly motivated to get out there and do everything that they can do for you, because for them, it's no longer work. They see themselves as being a legitimate part of your operation, and they're committed to the process. They are proactive. They are not reactive. They are highly motivated, self-driven individual that wants to move your organization, move the vision to the next level of development. So can you imagine that you have this in your workforce, the highly motivated high performers, the sustained high performers, and you have this force here with another force, the public force that is saying, whatever these guys are doing, I love it. And I want to continue investing my hard-earned money into whatever they're doing. I want to continue investing in informing and educating the public why they should utilize these guys' products. Can you imagine this dynamics coming together in your corporate culture? That's a massive explosion. And this is what you want. All right, so we look today at how to influence positive public response, how to gain customers' attention. And we were the fourth lessons here today. And we will look tomorrow at how to make influence impact, how to make a strong impact on the potential and existing customers. So quickly recap, we started this program by looking at how to gain and influence customer attention, how to influence and pique customers' interest, how to influence customer desire, how to influence, motivate positive public response, and to get the customer to take action. And we look at those four different concepts that is relevant to branding and marketing and positioning your products, your services, your brand in the hearts, minds, and souls of the potential customers. I trust you find this information useful. And remember, it's not about you getting this information. Knowledge is power. That is the application of that knowledge is where you get your superpower. So I really want you to apply this information. In the event that you need support to apply this information, feel free to reach out to us at Venture Capital Fund, Venture Capital Inc., Global Branding and Marketing. We will be so happy to have our mentor or coach or technical supporters to work with you. And I want to get this straight. With all the programs that we are doing, we provide mentorship, we provide coaching, and along with this, we provide the technical support. And what that means, we literally get into the field with you and help you implement the programs that we are designing for you to ensure that you attain the level of success that you want to attain and exceed that level of success that you're going after. So we just don't put you in the classroom and say that we train you and the rest is up to you. No, we work with you. All right, we are passionate about what we do. We are not doing this here. We're not just to say we are doing this. We are doing this because we have a mission, and that mission is to really watch you grow. And that's going to be our joy and our happiness and our excitement. This happens when we are flowing from purpose. Our purpose is to serve the interests of businesses, to ensure that they have a brand that adds value, a brand that fixes problems, and ensure that they are able to cash flow maximize from providing a quality product and a quality service to their specific target market. Again, if you are looking at this program for the first time, you never liked or subscribed, and you find the information interesting, do give us a thumbs up and do subscribe to this program. The subscription button is just at the bottom of this screen, so just click it and you will be the first to get this information on a daily basis. My name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm the multiple best-selling author for several books, including Billionaire Codes and Manager's Toolkit. These books are already best-selling books. And when you go to our sister company website, which is www.megamoneygy.com, and you start to navigate the front page, you will see these books there. You can make a purchase of these books from any part of the world, and we will have them shipped off to you. You can also navigate the articles at the bottom of the website, and you will see the hundreds and thousands of persons from all over the world who are commenting positively on the information that they're able to extract from these programs. So be blessed. It has been a pleasure being with you today. And remember, do reach out to us. We have a team of PFA, professional financial advisors, and personal financial advisors. We have a team of accountants and economists and business consultant. The combined knowledge represents over 75 years in the business market. And we want to bring all of this knowledge together to work for you, to ensure that we can help you to fast track your business success. So feel free to reach out to us. We are here excited about talking to you, talking with you about your business, your brand, your ideas. So be blessed and see you